wanna get high, man?
Let's stimulate your mind.
Get up, Chucky!
What have we got here? A fucking comedian.
Rojan Kim?
California dreaming.
Hello, and welcome to the Rojan Kim Cast. It's me, Rojan Kim. Welcome to the first episode of the Rojan Kim Cast of the year 2020. It's also episode 120. Isn't that a coincidence? Yes, it's merely a coincidence, because had I had a more rigorous schedule last year, it definitely wouldn't be episode 220 or 120. See, 220 might have been better. Episode 2020 might have been better. What if I was on episode 2020, right? What's Rogan on? Fucking, I don't think Rogan's at 2000 yet. It's fucking, right? What if I was fucking episode 20? 2020 episodes of podcasts this whole time, and still more episodes than there are listeners. And I'd like to thank you for that, listeners. You know, everybody's all trying to get their numbers up, right? Everybody's all chasing, it's all, what does it all mean, man? What does it all mean? All those listeners, millions of listeners, you don't even know any of them, I feel like I pretty much know every one of my listeners, and that's what really distinguishes this show from all the others, okay? Any show can have 100 or 200 or 1,000 listeners, 4,000, 100,000, a million, and that's those numbers. I'm just pulling those numbers out of my ass because those numbers are real. They exist. There are shows with those numbers out there. You can find those shows right now. Right now, go to your fucking Apple Podcasts or your Stitcher or your Spotify. Ooh, I got to put this on Spotify. God damn it, that's something I got to do. Hey, I might pick up a couple more on Spotify. Anyways, I don't want to do that. That was my point. Everybody's trying to get more numbers, more listeners, more downloads, more, ad revenue, more money. Fuck that. All right? I'm trying to keep it at a steady, manageable level that's just under embarrassing, but over useless, right? It's still not even embarrassing. I don't even have the numbers to be embarrassed about them. They're hilarious. It's right? Double digits, easy. 100, sometimes, but quality. That's what we're going for. And that's why there's only been 120 episodes. 120 episodes of pure, uncut Rojan Kim quality. Okay? You can't get that anywhere else. You can't find me on any other podcast out there in the world. I mean, I'm on a couple, but not any of the ones I'm talking about with hundreds of thousands of views or listens or whatever. That comes a dime a dozen, all right? That comes a dime a dozen, which is actually the revenue I'm making on my listenership. A dime for every dozen of you. So, I don't know. Spread the word. Hello, 2020. How are you guys doing? It's the new year. Are you excited that it's the new year? Are you excited about it? Are you excited that the holidays are over? Are you excited about, the rest of the podcast is me just asking you a series of questions and not letting you answer. Just like, are you happy about last year? Are you having any thoughts about what you are going to do this year differently? Are you? New year, new you, new year, new you. No, it's not, right? New year, new me. No, it's not. It's new year, old me. In fact, 1 year older. Every year, it's older you. It's never new you. It's, in fact, impossible by virtue of the idea of a new year for you to become any newer. The new year signifies time passing. Thus, you are older and closer, actually, to death. Whenever death is, it's coming. If you're lucky, it's because of old age, right? That's the best we can hope for. Honestly, the best we can hope for, I feel like, is dying honorably, but that's just... I was raised by like a samurai or something. I wish I was raised by a samurai. That would make me Japanese, I guess. And I don't know. That might be my cousin. I might lose a good half of my listenership, which is my family. Like, Rojan's got Japanese, man. Fuck that. My dad was kind of like, he wasn't like, well, my whole family was sort of pro-Japanese, right? They like fucking went to Japanese universities and went. Well, I guess you had to though, because the Japanese were sort of the white people of Korea at the time. Chinese used to be the white people. Then it was the Japanese. And either way, they were like, it's definitely not you guys, Koreans. You guys are not the white people. It's one of us, not you. Though there are Korean supremacists who say, that's all a conspiracy that the Japanese changed the histories. There was a time of Korean supremacy. Okay? You think fucking they were all white. In fact, the Koreans were the whitest of the whites, they say. But I don't know anything about that. I'm just a man of my time. I was born in 1978. Turning 42 this year. I'm not even I'm 42. I'm telling people I'm 42. It's 6 months away. I'm literally not even halfway there. But whatever. 42. Answer to life. I'm not fucking sore about it. Like, I don't know. To me, perhaps it's all the psychedelics. I highly recommend a psychedelic regimen if you want to get over the ravages of time. Well, the ravages of time is more of a diet, exercise type thing, and sleep. But the psychological wear and tear, the sort of feeling young. How do you feel young? How do you not get exhausted by all the stuff? Psychedelics, I think, is one. It's kind of a shortcut, but not sustainable. That's the only thing, is like, you can't do them all the time. At least you can't do the whole heroic dose thing all the time, but you can do microdosing, right? And this is all part of my new year, new me, but not really, because I've been doing all this shit. Since last year, the year before. Like, one of the things I wanted to start, like, okay, let's back up here. I can't really talk shit about this whole like New Year's resolutions as if I don't do them or whatever. I just understand in myself, and I've made plenty of resolutions where I just break them. And I've come to realize the reason is because the thinking behind it is completely backwards. The idea that it's like, you're going to change and do a new thing now, and this is a new. And the thing is, it isn't. I'm not new. I'm not, for instance, listen, I can't talk shit. Like, my anniversary of doing my first open mic is January 1st, 2011. Okay? Most auspicious date, 1111. Sure. Great. Numerologically, comes out to 4, which is the number of death in Chinese numerology. I don't know what it has to do with anything. I've been in a lot of 4s. There's a lot of 4s in the apartments, or even now, 4, everything divisible by 4. It's just been a thing. I don't know anything about it. I mean, whatever. Who gives a fuck to me? But it's there. Okay? Even 42 this year, right? Is it divisible? No, it's not divisible by 4, you moron. All right, anyways, whatever. It's a me, Asian dad, interior Asian dad being hard at me at math. I used to get hit for this shit, okay? So it makes sense if people like get a math problem wrong and be like, you fucking idiot. Like, whoa. It's not just that I'm Asian, it's just that I got hit, which I guess is inherently Asian. I don't know. All right, I'm rambling. 2020, new year, new me. 2011, did my first open mic, okay? So I can't really talk shit about this idea of like, new year, new me, new me, new me. But 9 years in, I don't celebrate it. I don't know. Every year is not like, yay, new year. It's more meaningful than the calendar year, of course. But much like my birthday, it's like, I do understand now that I had no choice. You know what I mean? That was me. 2011, me doing an open mic for the first time was me doing something I wanted to do this whole time. So it's not new. It was old. It's like I just finally did it, right? And now I'm still doing it. You fucking sicko. Still doing it. But meditation was, I think this was like 2 years ago. I decided I'm trying to meditate every day, or at least 5 out of 7 days. And I have been 20 minutes a day doing the meditating, and I'm still doing it. Okay. So that's all part, and it's just kind of added to my thing, like the shit I do. Last couple of years and this year, I try to run a thing called base building every January, which is like 2 months of a lot of cardio. It's sort of a program I found. Look it up. I think the book is cheap or free. Tactical Barbell. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, Tactical Barbell is what it's called, by a dude named K Black. exercise regimen thing written for law enforcement types and armies, whatever, like operators, he calls them, whatever. And I'm definitely not that, but I just did it because it's something I wanted to try to do, to run a strength program, conditioning program concurrently with jiu-jitsu. And this is the thing that lets it happen. Am I doing jiu-jitsu regularly? No, I'm not. But one day I will, and when I do, I want to have a concurrent exercise program that goes with it, okay? So anyways, Tactical Barbell is like a lifting thing, like a strength thing. But Tactical Barbell Volume 2 is a conditioning protocol. And inside there's this whole thing called base building. And base building is a thing where they've done this research that shows if you run long, slow, steady cardio at least 3 times a week for about 8 weeks, you build that up, you kind of build up your cardio capacity. So we all have 2 capacities when it comes for cardio, right, or cardiac output. So one is, I think it's the left ventricle. Left ventricle controls how much blood is in the heart total. You know what I mean? So the left ventricle, to build it up, you do long, slow, steady things. You keep your heart around 130 to 140, something like that. You know, you don't drive it into the red. You can like talk while you jog. You keep that, and the longer you keep that, the longer your heart can start expanding more and more. It fills with blood and expands, and the longer you keep it there, it kind of gets basically like stretchier, like a balloon. It gets bigger and bigger, so its volume increases. So every time it pumps the heart, more blood can be pushed out. And then you have so that's aerobic, right? That's what people call the aerobic system, right? You can basically go almost forever on the aerobic system, but the output is not very high. That's what people refer to as the gas tank, right? That and a combination of muscular endurance is what we would colloquially refer to as gas, right? Like when you gas out, it's usually the cardio, it's an aerobic cardio issue. Then you got your anaerobic side, which is usually like sprinting. Think of sprinting, think of lifting, high output, high effort, that kind of stuff. That stuff, no oxygen there, has this whole lactic acid thing. There's actually 2 systems involved in that, but we don't need to get into the weeds. The whole point is, right, it's like a good 8-week program of building up the left ventricle stuff, which is the blood, the amount of blood you get going through, right? And then you start moving on to the right ventricle stuff, which is more like sprints or whatever. So the right ventricle is more about power, like just how boom, like how because that's when you get your heart way up. You get your heart up to like 160, 170, whatever you're pushing it to like 90, whatever. That's when you're fucking really going max effort, and the heart doesn't have enough time to fill up with blood, but it fucking squeezes. So it's just like how hard it can squeeze, right? So like that's why you can't keep that up, because your fucking heart gets tired and it's like creates this cascade of chemicals, whatever. So anyways, base building. Doing that so I can build up my cardio, right? And then after the base building is done, you kind of maintain that with just like some regular submaximal threshold lifting and a little bit of, like some sprints or hill sprints, jiu-jitsu, whatever, sports stuff. Usually I'll just end up doing jiu-jitsu for my cardio. Why do I say usually? Like I haven't been able to afford any of that. Jiu-jitsu costs money, so I haven't really been able to afford it. But in theory, the jiu-jitsu would be the cardio, and then I have like do strength a couple times a week, and then I'm good to go, right? So that's the thing, right? But this isn't a thing that I'm like, I'm doing now. And it's like, you can't go from zero, you can't go from like zero to whatever. Like I've run the base building thing a couple of years now, familiar with it. I'm sort of, kind of playing with it, working on things I feel like I need work on, whatever, it's not part of this revolutionary push to become a new person. It's a building of things I've been doing for the past fucking couple of years, and now I'm able to do this on top of that. Whatever, right? I decided I'm taking a hunter education class, guys. But I'm turning into Joe Rogan. This is it. This is what we're all going to do, is turn it. I'm going to shave my head, start hunting. I'm going to turn into Joe Rogan. I just don't have the money. If I had more money, I could truly Rogan out. I could change my name to Rogan. or just Joe Rogan, right? I mean, that's the easiest thing. I'm not going to do the bit. I'm not going to do the bit. I have a bit about Joe Rogan. All right. You want to hear it? No, I'm not going to do it. All right. New year, new you, new me, old me. It's all the same, right? But same but different. That's what we're trying. It's change, but it's incremental. Change can be drastic, but it's also incremental. The change that comes looks drastic or can be drastic, but it's really the culmination of a lot of incremental shit. So onwards and upwards. Microdosing. It's another thing I did for a while. I'm going to try to keep it up. Trying to microdose psilocybin mushrooms, like using the Fadiman protocol or just twice a week, basically. Seems to be doing okay. Seems to be giving me a nice mood. I would say stability, more stability of mood. It makes me a little more emotional, I feel like, which I don't know if is good or bad. Maybe it's good. Yeah, I feel like I've reduced the microdose enough. I used to take 0.1 grams because you're supposed to take a tenth of whatever is active, but I think I've become more sensitive over the years to psychedelics. Like, I don't think I need as much, or I think I get more. Maybe it was after the DMT. I don't know. Anyways, I've taken it down to 0.05 grams every microdose, which seems to work fine. I don't feel really anything except for the subtle effects and the sort of cumulative effects of just being less. I feel like I still get the pattern of depression or blues or whatever that comes and goes, but perhaps I'm a little more forgiving of myself. I think with the acid, I was a little more detached and could look at it like an object and be like, And I think with the shrooms, it's a little bit more like, I'm forgiving. I don't know. I'm forgiving myself. More forgiving, more empathetic, trying to empathize with myself, others, but also avoiding over-empathizing with others. Sometimes you're going to be like over-empathizing with others, you know what I mean? Like understand too much, especially when it comes to like parents and shit. Like, you feel bad. But at the same time, only an objective outside person could be like, no, that was bad parenting. So somebody has to come in and tell the kid, no, it's not right. I should not have happened. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I don't know. It's both the tie that binds parent to child, but unfortunate that we look to rationalize the behavior, of our abusers, of our neglectors, about dad, fuck you, dad. All right, am I still doing the 2020 new me? Oh yeah, microdosing, right? Microdosing, hunting. I was just talking about stuff I'm doing, which is just a culmination of all the stuff that I've been doing up until this point, which I think is the real thing. So the fallacy, I think, of the new year, new you myth is that it's new at all. It's not, I feel like I remember when I was 24, I had a realization. I was eating a double cheeseburger, and I realized I can't do this anymore. I used to be. It's so good too. It was a double bacon cheeseburger. I remember just I was just like so looking forward to eating the whole thing, and I couldn't. Man. I just looked at it and I stopped. I was like, I can't do it. And then I realized this is a moment where, I believe in multiple realities, or just the idea, the concept is interesting, right? So at that moment, I could have decided, fuck it, I am going to eat it. You can't put me down. I don't care if I'm 24, right? I think at that moment, it was sort of like, am I willing to come to terms with my own mortality? In a minor way, like metaphorically. And I did. I was like, I accepted it. I'm like, dude, I can't do this anymore. Can't. Put it away. I threw it away, right? I may, in another life or in another reality, have decided, fuck it, I could eat it. I could eat this burger and the next one and the next one and fuck it, right? And it'd be 20 years later. And who knows? I might be huge. I might be a giant fat fatty. I might be dead. I might have heart problems. I don't know. If I decided to just keep eating the way I used to eat because I was like, age ain't nothing but a number. I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna let my stomach tell me. I tell you. You know what I mean? Like and that happens with booze. That happens with drugs. That happens with consumption. It happens with not sleeping enough. It happens with fucking if you're lucky, right? Like it happens with or cursed. You know what I'm saying? They're all decisions, right? I think you can kind of say like, oh, we're all a product of that there's a deterministic Sam Harris kind of point of view of like we are the product of our environments and can't help it. And so you can't help it. You're just a fat piece of shit. You can't help it. I don't know, man. I mean, even if there's the illusion of agency, at least it's agency. You know what I mean? Even if it's not real, at least you think it is. So fucking do it, and you want to, or else you don't. That's a whole other thing. If you fucking don't want to stop eating the double cheeseburgers, then fucking don't. Just fucking do it. If you just then be happy about it, right? You want to be a glutton, just be honest. Be honest. That's it. I think you can't be all like eating the two double cheeseburgers and being like, don't shame me for eating just like, want to have it all, huh? Eat your cake and have it too, and eat the other cake, and my cake, and your cake, and his cake, and try to eat all the cakes, and now look at you. And then you want me to say, don't talk about me eating all the cakes. All right. I'm just saying, I think part of what feels like determination could be a series of choices. Part of what feels like a series of choices could be determination. Perhaps we're not in the position to really judge that stuff, We're just here. We're just living. We're trying. Maybe we're a program running amok. Maybe. I don't know. Hard for me to say. I think maybe if I had more parents in my life, I could be like, yeah, that's what it is. But I don't know. As I've been by myself too long. So I don't know. I'm the product of, geography, Los Angeles, American culture, the Korean War. These are all things, right? Speaking of war, avoided the old war, we had the war, or at least war rages on, right? But without a big war. The big war with Iran, not necessarily going on, but I do feel like Iran will continue to wage its asymmetrical warfare, you know what I mean? Call out the president, do some PR shit. Maybe they'll, instead of launching a missile, they'll launch a podcast that reviews every episode of The Apprentice. See, that's the kind of stuff. Asymmetrical. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Asymmetrical. I think that's that's the way. Yeah, just fight. You got to fight America the way it knows how. Through entertainment, through its beloved franchises like Star Wars. The Disney, anything Disney. Yeah, you'll get us. You'll get us, Baby Yoda. You know what I'm saying? Threaten the Baby Yoda. I don't know. Or tell people Trump is threatening Baby Yoda. I don't know. Anyways, it's all, this is where we're at. We had an actor for president, guys. That was Ronald Reagan. Now we have a reality show host, whatever. I think overall, the main lesson I want to impart to everybody is that we really just shouldn't listen to actors. I think that's really when it comes to, don't listen to actors, guys. I was in an open mic yesterday, and this girl, right? She's a comic I've seen before. She came up as a guy and said her name was Mike instead of Mary, and then just did this whole thing as a guy, except it wasn't very convincing. I had no idea why she was doing it. And if she was like a guy, she came up and was just like, fuck bitches are dumb, yo. Then I get it, some kind of parody, but not really. I don't know. But it's not neither here nor there for me to criticize that thing in and of itself, because it's an act that she's working out into Mike. Okay, fuck it. I wasn't great, whatever. But what she did say was that her actor friend told her that she should try doing stand-up as a man, to really get in touch and to really... And honestly, that's just the worst advice. Why would you give that advice? And that's some kind of actor shit. You know what I'm saying? Isn't that just like an actor? Listen, I've acted. I've worked with actors. It's not like I think lowly of them or whatever. I think of them as what they are and as what I would have been had I decided to pursue acting, which is a liar. Actors are great liars. They're great liars And yes, they seek the truth in that lie, and therein is the contradiction and the blah 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 blah. But you know what? In the end, they're just saying the words of others. They're saying other words. They're being directed. They need the validation. They need to know that they're doing it right, because there's a million different ways to do it. So what's really the real way, right? What is the real way? What is the truth? I mean, the truth is in the text, but that's neither here nor there when it comes to stand-up comedy. I mean, why would you tell somebody to change their gender and do comedy to get a better understanding of their comedy when it takes so long to get a better even an understanding of your own self in comedy? See, that's the whole thing. That's what the actors don't truly understand, or perhaps I think actors are both terrified and jealous of comedians because of this, because comedians ultimately are searching for reality, the reality of themselves, the truth of the moment, and continually generating that and getting the approval of the audience right then and there. The thing about the actor is the actor doesn't get the approval of the audience right then and there unless it's theater, of course. And if it's theater, it's because you're doing a play. You're doing somebody else's words, you're playing a character, you're embodying a lie. You're doing the best possible job of embodying a lie because you're telling the truth through the lie, but it's a lie nonetheless. And because of that, they know deep down it's all bullshit. The comedian is not bullshitting, but they are. So this actress tells a comedian to put on a layer of bullshit while you do your comedy, right? That'll help you. Just don't listen to them, okay? Don't listen to actors. Don't listen to actresses. They don't know. I mean, this is all a big generalization. But I'm talking about, especially in LA, don't. Because this is how we get goop. Okay? Is that what you want? Is that how you want goop? You want more goop? Isn't one goop enough? It's gonna get fucking Goop Lab now. There's a Goop. Netflix has a Goop channel. Goop. They're telling women to shove rocks up their pussies. It's like as if it was medical science. It's not medical science. It's a hoax. Snake oil. It's just making money off of the dreams or the gullibility of white women, which I guess that is the entire American economy. I mean, I guess that is how the world works. But whatever, man. Okay, and Gwyneth Paltrow, again, didn't she fuck or suck Harvey Weinstein's dick? And wasn't she all kind of like, this is how it is, ladies, isn't she? And she is the spokesperson for white femininity. And this is what we've got. This is what's come out of Trump, the Me Too movement, the culmination. This is white women's revenge. Right, is being hucksters, scam artists. Gwyneth Paltrow is like the P.T. Barnum of white women. That's what she is. She is P.T. Barnum, Becky Barnum. Not that, I'm not angry. If I can go after yours, I'm not giving her any money. I'm not giving her any goop money. You know what I mean? But goop is what you get. This is what happens when you, I don't know, especially comedians. But maybe that's the problem. That's the problem with doing comedy in LA, man. It's just too psychologically vulnerable. It's already psychologically vulnerable when you're trying to act or write or direct, whatever, be part of the industry. But doing comedy, because it's such a low barrier of entry, anybody can do it, and you don't have to be good looking necessarily. You have to actually have talent. I think that kind of makes you a target for the talentless, or not even the talentless, the fucking vampires, the ones that want to suck on and feed off of your talent and kind of keep you in a half alive state while they get your energy, and they utilize your energy and they use it, and dude, trust me, this actress who told this comic to act like a guy, I bet she wants to do comedy herself. I don't know. I'm just speculating here. I'm just angry. That fucking actors, I'm not really that angry. I think it's hilarious. Comedians, we're clowns, and that is rightfully so. Yes, rightfully so. And perhaps, you know what? That lady was right. Gwyneth Paltrow is right. Shove rocks up your pussy, man. You fucking morons. Do it. Give her $100 and shove that rock up your pussy, right? Because we deserve it, right? There's kids starving, dying overseas because of us. And here we are. We've got these fucking valuable pussy rocks, and we're not shoving them up our pussies. What's wrong with you? If I could do it, all right? Listen to your actresses and actress friends. Listen to them. Tell them, go trans, be non-binary, whatever it is they're telling you to do. Do it. You know what? They know the answers. They got it. I want to get on SNL. It's never going to happen. It's not gonna happen. I don't really care. But you know what I do care about is you guys for listening. Even though the whole thing about there's less listeners than episodes, I mean, it's true, but it doesn't mean I think of you guys any less. It means I have more love to give all of you. Thank you guys so much for listening. Please, I know some of you may have already done this, but do it again. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Instagram. Go look at my YouTube page. Go look at me. You could Google me. Find me. I'm on the Googles. Google me. Yeah. Do it all. I have some dates. No, I don't. They're this week. Haha. Last week I had food poisoning. I think it was some food she's probably listening. So I think it was food my aunt made me. I don't know. I was okay. I'm okay. Got sick. I was out for a day. I had a podcast all planned, but I didn't put it out because I was really, literally shitting myself on the mic. No, that would have been a great podcast. I didn't do that. Maybe I'll do that next time. But anyways, thank you guys for listening. Until next time. Bye.